DSCR is the cornerstone of multifamily financing. In this video, I'm going to explain what DSCR actually is and how it impacts your investment. So make sure you hit the subscribe button right now so you don't miss more videos about building wealth through multifamily real estate. And if you don't know me, I'm Seth Ferguson, a 13-year real estate veteran, host of a real estate TV show, host of a real estate investing podcast, and I'm also the author of the real estate book, Sell for More. So let's get right into it and go back in the DSCR. That's a bad Beatles reference. So let's get started. So what does DSCR actually mean? What does it stand for? Well, DSCR stands for Debt Service Coverage Ratio. Now, that's a big fancy string of words there, but what does DSCR, what does Debt Service Coverage Ratio actually do? Well, it measures how well the NOI of the property, so the net operating income, and if you're not sure what the NOI is, check out the link right up here to a video I did explaining how you calculate the NOI and how you understand it. So basically, it measures how well the NOI covers the debt service on the property. Covers or services the debt. So what does debt comprise of? Well, there's two parts to debt when we're paying it off. We have what's called the principal, and then we have interest. The principal part of a mortgage payment is we're actually paying down the principal, the balance owing. The interest is basically the fee we're paying to the bank or the lender for the right to borrow the money. These two lumped together make what's most people call a P&I payment, principal and interest. Now in multifamily, we do have something called interest-only loans where maybe it's a 10-year term loan, and for the first 2 or 3 years we have interest-only payments. I'll put a link up here to a video I did explaining all about interest-only loans if you are interested in that sort of thing. So how do we actually calculate what our debt service coverage ratio is? Well, all we do is we take our NOI, the net operating income, and we divide it by the debt service. So again, debt service is all of our debt payments, both including the principal and the interest payments of the debt. And that's going to give us a number. Now, a debt service coverage ratio of 1 means it's even. The NOI the property produces is exactly the same as the debt service payments we have to make. So the property is treading water. Here's one thing to keep in mind. The debt service coverage ratio is going to vary by owner. So we could have the exact same property. We could have 3 properties in a row, exactly the same, but 3 different owners because debt is at the owner's discretion. So one owner could be financed up to, let's say, 50% loan to value at one interest rate. Another owner could be at 80% loan to value at another interest rate, and another owner could own the property free and clear. The debt service coverage ratios would change even though the properties are exact duplicates. So a debt service coverage ratio of 1 is even. The NOI the property is producing is exactly the same as the debt service requirements. Is the owner really making money at this point? No. Is the lender going to be happy with this? No, because the lender wants some wiggle room in case the property runs into some vacancy issues or rents drop, the market declines, that sort of thing. So what sort of DSCR is the lender looking for? This is where this becomes really important. A, when you're acquiring property, and B, when you're looking to refinance the property. So generally speaking, most lenders are going to be looking for a DSCR of 1.25. This means that the property is producing 25% more than what it needs to service all the debt. Obviously, the lender wants to make sure that they're getting paid. They don't really care if you make money. They certainly want to get paid and make sure all the mortgage payments are getting in. They want to be made whole. So the lender wants to make sure there's that wiggle room there to make sure in case something happens in the market, well, you might be in a break-even point if the market shifts and you're not able to make a profit, but at least the lender is getting all their money, which is all they really care about. Now, a DSCR under 1, let's say it's a 0.90, that means that the property is not producing enough money to meet its debt service obligations. So the owner is going to have to be putting in some money every month to meet those debt payments. Now, what happens if you're in the middle ground? Well, there are lenders that work in this middle ground, but what is the impact of having a lower debt service coverage ratio or DSCR? Well, you're going to pay a higher interest rate because there's more risk for the lender. The lender always looks at you and the property in terms of risk and the risk profile. If you have, let's say, a DSCR of 1.15, there's less wiggle room there for the lender. There's less room for error. So obviously the lender's going to be taking more risk, so they're going to be charging you a higher interest rate. The other thing we have to keep in mind is the loan to value, LTV. So how much of a property's value is the lender willing to lend on based on the DSCR? Well, if you have less wiggle room, the risk goes up, the rate goes up, and the loan to value goes down. So maybe a lender was willing to finance you at 75%, or up to 80% if you're 1.25. If that drops down, maybe you have to go down to 65% or 60%, depending on the lender, the terms, the property, the area, the market, all that sort of thing. So in a nutshell, DSCR tells you and the lender how well the property can handle its debt obligations. And if you want to learn how you can get started investing in multifamily real estate, go to multifamilyquickstart.com and download my free 5-step quick start guide. And also don't forget to join my free Facebook group. Great group of people on there, always willing to help. I'll put the link down below. And if you are an accredited investor and you're interested in learning more about the deals I'm currently looking at, head on over to callseth.com and set up a free 20-minute phone call with me. If you like this video, if you found this useful, hit the like button, leave a comment, let me know what you think. It really helps out the channel. And until next time, happy investing.